Hello, hello. Welcome on into another episode of the Whiskey Crusaders. I'm Will.
I'm Matt.
Today we're talking about Ledaig and their 10-year-old single malt Scotch whiskey. Don't you forget to hit that like and subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Also, don't forget we're live every Monday night. Matt, why don't you tell me a little bit about this Ledaig.
Yeah, we don't know. Like I said, we've decided that Ledaig, who the hell knows? They don't spend it. It's like I try to look on the website, they won't tell us, but this is their 10-year version. It would be great if someone from their distiller would say, hey, this is how we pronounce our crap. That'd be amazing. Put a little video on your website that says how to pronounce it, what it means. Just, you got a bunch of other cool crap on your website, just not that.
So, or even just the master distiller just talking about the product so that we can hear the person that makes it saying it.
That would be logical. We would want that, though. But hey, whatever. It's fine. Good news is at least they make a good whiskey. Thank God. All right. So this was established in 1798 in the Isle of Malt. It's the only distillery in the Isle of Malt. Founded by John Sinclair in 1798, like I said. He was a man who came to the Isle. He decided that he wanted to buy 57 acres. He wanted to open a distillery. They said, well, no, distilling was banned in 1795 because of their battle with the French. He said, not to be deterred, he said, I'll build a brewery. He built a distillery. News to say it's still there. So good job, John. Anyway, so yeah, it changed hands over a few years. In fact, it got so bad it was closed in 1930 due to prohibition in the United States. And, unfortunately, which sucks. But it is what it is. It didn't reopen until 1972 under the Tobermory name, which is, of course, where this is currently made. Same distillery, but under the Tobermory name, which is, at one time was a blend, and it's a single malt, and they got confused. Now it's just a single malt, but whatever. So they did some silliness there. Then it closed again and reopened. And in fact, it got so bad, they ended up turning it into apartments, vacation homes, and freaking cheese storage. That's how bad it got at this place. So there's no more warehouses left, unfortunately, where they make this. So that sucks. So finally got some stability back when they were bought out by Burn Stewart, which is now a subsidiary of a South African company back in 93. It's still the only distillery in Malt. We got that going for it. There's no more. They did get rid of all the cheese stores and all the other crap. That's all gone. So now it's just a distillery. So that's very nice. Its private water source is the lock near the Mishnok locks. It makes 1 million liters a year starting in 1990. It's a copper dome mash tun. They have 4 wash backs made of Oregon pine, 4 wash stills, 4 spirit stills. They use bourbon and some ex-sherry casks. All of it's matured at Deanston because they have no warehouses anymore at their distillery. So all gets, because they also own Deanston, so they moved it down there. So they make peated 6 months a year, which is what Ledaig is, and then 6 months a year is Tobermory. So they switch it half and half. Most of it goes into blends of something called Scottish Leisure, which we don't get in the States, and then of course Black Bottle, which we do get. So at least that's nice. We do get some of this. So this is one of their options. Most of it is just the unpeated. When actual total products are made is mostly Tobermory, and then the small amount is Ledaig. So they turn it back to their peated product of Ledaig, unpeated Tobermory. At least it's easy to determine. They only make 2 products. This is the 10-year version of it. This one is at 46.3. It's non-chill filtered. It was started to be made in 2007. So it's been a long time since they've been making that. So, which is nice. They get their water from the Tobermory River. So the water source itself is actually peated because it goes through a peat bog, the water source. And malt comes from Port Ellen, so it's 37 ppm. So now we know where the peat comes from.
Yeah.
Good reason. So let's see what we think.
Well, I mean, it smells glorious. It smells.
We already know it's delicious.
Yeah. This is one that I've purchased before. This is a bottle that I've gone through. I have not repurchased the standard Ledaig.
You're getting close. It's gonna have to be soon.
Yeah, that doesn't happen a lot at your house, man.
No, we've used it many times on streams and things. I just realized we've never actually covered this brand.
Yeah,
of course we figured that with lots of brands. So, all right, let's see what we think of this.
Well, to me, it's very malt forward. I'm getting a lot of butterscotch and honey before I even start to pick up on the peat. The peat's there, but it's not as dominant as it is on, say, like the big 3, Lafroig, Lagavulin, Ardbeg. But this is definitely more peated than something like a Highland Park.
Yeah, absolutely. Way more peated than Highland Park.
And I would even probably call this more peated than most of the... Oh, man, name just went blank. It's not Oban.
It's more peated than Oban.
Well, yeah, I know it's more peated than Oban. I'm thinking of an Isla distillery, not Bunnahabhain.
No.
Kalila.
Yeah, I'd say
this,
definitely more peated than a
this
Buquila.
is even smelling a little bit more peated than Kalila.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, especially at 37, which would make sense. But yeah, it's got a nice. It does have obviously a nice peat, but also got this oily like ash and lemon lime and fresh cut
Mhm.
grass, like a wet grass.
Yeah, and then
Like
the citrus notes, Matt, lemon, lime.
absolutely, yeah, a lot of nice citrus, rose water, creosote, even like a mint chocolate. But then also has like this
Ooh.
antiseptic hospital like gauze and sterile instruments thing to it as well, which I really like a lot. And like that dirty wet mud. It smells really good. It smells obviously a lot like Isla because well the Isla peat comes from there, but of course all the stuff is distilled there on Mull. So it's just a fun combination of where the barley itself is coming from. It smells wonderful though.
It really does.
Oh,
There are some darker, deeper notes, like maybe some dark chocolate,
mm-hmm.
orange. Again, very citrus leaning on the
Yeah.
nose as far as what I'm picking up. I'm not picking up a
Even,
lot of fruit. Most of the fruit that I'm getting is citrus dominant.
yeah, even some grapefruit now.
Ooh, yeah, with some sugar on top.
Oh yeah. Even like squirt soda, I would say is even like that ruby. You ever had the ruby red version of squirt?
I can't say that I have.
It's kind of like that. I don't know. It smells great.
It
That's
does.
all I
I'm
know.
enjoying the nose.
One of my favorites. Plus, the best part is like $50 or less. A lot of times, it's just hard to find. It's not an easy one to pick up. But I
Mhm.
know Specs is the only store around here that carries it.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit with Craigallachie about we never see these at bars. This is another one I never see at a bar. I'm much more likely going to find it at a liquor store than I am a bar.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
Ooh,
a bar
come
that's
on.
this.
That's
Oh, it's so
beautiful.
good. Mm-hmm.
So it's not proof down to the floor. They've got a nice oily viscousness. That
Mm-hmm.
46% really does actually show up on the palate. It's very clingy.
Super oily. It's also a sweet peat. It's not. It's a nice, rich, oily peat with like this
Yeah.
billowing smoke. Not in the like ashiness of it, just a really nice, really well going fire. I would say with some, but some mild ashiness to it. It's
Yeah.
like lot of brine and black pepper and salt.
If I was going to say the sweetness, I was going to say it's probably coming from malt. I'm getting butterscotch, more of a honey,
Mm-hmm.
or toffee, chocolate. I'm not getting anything as far as like fruit notes on the palate to lead me to believe that this was finished.
No, I think this is only. It didn't mention it. I think you can get an 18 year. I think has some of this. I know they make some special 19 years that have a sherry cask finish, but this one's just all bourbon. Yeah, it's also got. It does have like a very small hint of the lemon lime, but mostly it's really creamy too. It's a creamy oiliness. It
Mm-hmm.
also got this really nice light like meatiness on it as well, with like cloves and pipe tobacco.
Yeah. And I was actually thinking like a mushroom funk,
It's just delicious. Yeah, if you like peat,
forest
you'll
mushroom
love this.
funky. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And this is one of the definitely the lesser known, like a whiskey nerd's whiskey. Like this is the one that nobody really knows about unless you really are a nerd into whiskey. But that's a good thing. If you haven't tried it and you do like peat, I think this is a really fun one to go to if you're looking for a new peat to try. This is a really and like I said, it's very reasonably priced. It's just a really good whiskey. I thoroughly enjoy this. Well, we'll add some water here and see what kind of magic is unlocked into this whiskey.
Yeah,
This
I'm
was
gonna do in a couple drops. I mean, we're talking 10 years. It isn't proof down to the floor. We're talking 46%. So there might just be some oils at play in here.
Yeah, plus they got that 46.3, so that point 0.3, which
Ooh,
must
now,
be
Jamie.
specific that they went to that note, not just 46. There must have been a reason that the point 0.3 added just a little something. Be my guess. I don't why else you'd put it point 0.3. What logical reason can there be? I don't know. There has to be a specific reason for that. And then at some point, we'll cover obviously its brother, the Tobamore 10, which is unpeated, and that will be a fun comparison to see what difference that makes.
Oh, more of that lemon lime creaminess comes alive.
Ooh,
Heat
fun.
dials down a little bit, and the lemon lime citrus creamy. It's almost key lime pie, kind of
Ooh,
that creamy citrus.
sounds delicious.
That's enjoyable.
Very cool.
So what that tells me is that this will actually play along with some water additives. You can kind of play around and see where you enjoyed this best. I like that.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad this distillery came back to life and they put out this awesome product. That's all I got to say is thank God. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
That's one of the, like I said, it's randomly owned by the South African company that owns these guys in Deanston. So at some point we still need to cover Deanston. So we'll get to that someday too.
Sounds like a plan to me, man.
All right.
Well, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so that when we do cover Deanston, you don't miss that video.
Mm-hmm.
We're also live every Monday night, so don't forget to check us out there. Until next time, keep on crusading for the whiskey in your glass. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's good.
So good. One of those ones just like, just so glad I bought it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know a damn thing about it when I bought this whiskey. This was one of my, in like 2016. I was like, I don't fucking know. Sounds good. On the side of the box. So, glad I bought it. Put it that way.
Right?
So,
That's seen through love, that's for sure.
yeah, as we both know, there's not a lot of whiskeys that can get that kind of love around here.
No, there are not.
I thoroughly enjoy this.
Give me just a second, and then you're going to see I thoroughly enjoy it.
Okay.
This deserves some water. Nice.
That was good. Really good for the outtake. All of it is it's also 4 washbacks, 4 stills in Oregon pine. They also 4 just a far water. All right, we'll try this again.